So, good evening. Good evening. Good evening. That was good timing, that, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Big up to everybody locked in. Make sure you are firing the like button up. That'd be great. Make sure you are subscribing to Jez. Make sure you're subscribing to Matty. Make sure you follow Kenny Ken on Insta. I will have all the links pinned in a minute. But how are you, lads? How are we on this wonderful Monday?
All good, man. All good.
Good, brother. Looking forward to some European football tomorrow.
Yep.
Let's just say, still things I didn't like. We should have smashed Leicester into oblivion on Saturday, letting a couple of silly goals. Couple of players still, even though they're involved in the goals, still in the second half they're just terrible. You know, there's got to be discussion actually had about Martinelli. I'm sorry about it, but I know it feels like I'm kicking Martinelli, but enough's enough. He just hasn't progressed. You know, it seems like the levels of performances we demand from Saka. We demand from Saka so we know he can do it. But Martinelli, the development between Martinelli and Saka is night and day, and I've had enough of the Martinelli, lovers will call it, or people call it
friends of Martinelli, yeah? Friends of Gabriel Martinelli, yeah?
I've had enough of Martinelli.
He's been here 5 minutes and he's already kicking off on someone. What's the matter with you, Kenny?
No, I haven't even started yet. Another thing we need to discuss in this podcast as well, which moving forward, something I mentioned and another person mentioned it. I think I got there before him, though. But we need to have a debate about, whether I was right about Timber's rightful position, because there was a myth, which is something that you probably would have seen in one of those films in the 80s called Never Ending Story, that he was a left back. I'm sure you've seen the film Never Ending Story, the animated version, in 1984. Well, that myth said he was a left back, but it seems like Benjamin White is going to get the Aaron Ramsdale treatment. It's going to be, whoop, see you later, Benny.
Yeah, it does look like that. See, we've been calling that from the earliest as well. We have been calling that from the earliest, but obviously I had to watch the game back the next day because obviously I had a stinker, stunned and slept all day. I had to wake up the next day and watch it back. But I thought we played all right, if I'm honest, apart from our finishing. And how long have we been saying that? Yeah, we've been saying this for how long? A year? Maybe longer. And I know we scored a lot of goals last season, but our finishing stinks. Yeah, defensively, I think we're quality. Yeah, and even the 2 goals that they scored, I mean, what are the odds on them scoring both of them ever again? If they're in that exact same scenario, the chances that geezer putting it in off the post are very slim. Yeah, it was just a worldie. Although Calafiori was ball watching. Yeah, he should have been closer to that and even try and get a block in. Yeah, and the first goal, yeah, I mean, just bounced in off a 29. So I'm really too disappointed. Obviously, I can imagine if I was watching the game live with Matty and Ola, I would have been going fucking nuts. But watching it back, knowing the score, totally different ball game, isn't it? Excuse me. But yeah, I thought we played all right. But I'm with Kenny as well. Martinelli, even in that game at the weekend, mate. I know he got a goal and set one up on that, but nah, not good enough if we want to progress, mate. But what did you make of it, Jez?
Yeah, I mean, it's good 2-0 up. I thought, here we go. Really enjoying it. Second half, we came back and did what we tend to do. I mean, let's be honest, that first half, Leicester hardly got out their half. Well, they're lucky to get out their 18-yard box. And it was just pressure. And I was doing a watch along myself. And with the pressure, I said, we're going to score in a minute. And 5 minutes later, we scored. And then we got another goal. But why do we come out in the second half and then just sit back and try to absorb the pressure? That's the frustration. And then another frustrating thing, right? Young lad scores his first 2 goals for Arsenal in last week. And then, what happened? And I did say this. He got benched. That's what you do at Arsenal. You score goals and then you get benched. How many times have we seen this happen? It's very, very frustrating. And I don't know how the young guy must have felt in Nwaneri. He must have think, well, what have I done wrong? I just scored 2 goals for the bloody team. Yeah, and yet you put me back on the bench. I mean, come on, man. We could debate that one about Martinelli and Nwaneri. I don't know, but it's frustrating. Yes, we won 4-2. Let's be fair. Leicester were a pretty bloody poor side, and yeah, second goal they scored was brilliant. You know, nothing you can do about a goal like that. Called it on the volley, bosh. The curl on that ball. You know, I don't think Oliver Kahn would have bloody caught that one. But their goalkeeper, man, their goalkeeper played out.
Oh, mate, worldy.
Mate, he had to be man of the match, personally. He was just unbelievable. Double saves, diving backwards, you know, brilliant display. But, yeah, 3 points, mate. It's what I call a stinky win, you know? We walked out.
Yeah, well, it weren't pretty. It weren't pretty, was it? Let's be real. But it was a case of we shoot, the keeper will save it. We shoot again, the keeper will save it. That's pretty much how the whole game went. Then the 2 chances they had weren't even chances, really. Let's be honest with it. Bang, 2 goals. Like, can you imagine if we had dropped points off of the back of them 2 goals? Oh, my days. Yeah. Especially after Man City drawing as well. So, thankfully, Trossardinho to the rescue.
When we were 2-0 up, it came back to 2-2. I was going absolutely mental. I thought, not again. Here we are, Liverpool settings yet again. What we're doing, you know. But we didn't kick the ball away, so we've learned something at last.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that actually. Before I go on to Matty and get his thoughts on the game, yeah, it's funny you mentioning that because indeed he kicked the ball away and didn't get booked, and Calafiori should have got a second yellow, and didn't. Yeah. So I'm looking at it thinking, like, was anyone called that out? Like, has any Arsenal fans gone up in arms? They've gone up in arms about Ndidi. They haven't mentioned Calafiori. I've not seen anyone mention Calafiori should have got sent off. Same with Bolton in the week. They should have had 2 penalties. I'm not seeing anyone mention it. So it seems like cry like babies when it goes against you, but you want consistency and refereeing decisions on point all the time, but nobody mentions anyone else's. No. Only when it's Arsenal we're allowed to mention it. Yeah, well, what did you make of it, mate? Obviously, I had to leave the watching on and go and get me some rest.
Yeah, so we took the baton. Me and Ola took the baton and finished the race, and it was a fun watch along. Bro, I'm gonna tell you, I have the utmost respect to you doing these watch alongs. You and Jez doing these watch alongs because there's a lot going on. You're trying to watch the game. You're trying to look at the comments. You're trying to, you know, it's a lot going on. But my takeaway was we're having an issue. We're having a major problem here getting out of halves. When it's time when we're trying to close out the half, we're having mental lapses, and then we're having lapses, as Jez stated, coming right out of breaks, and we're giving up goals way too early. You know, this is a problem that this is the second or third game running here where I've noticed that we're coming out slow at halftime. Okay, Martinelli. Now, we've been talking about Martinelli for the last 2 months. Lee, can you please show me Exhibit A? Exhibit A, please.
Exhibit A from the files. We have the files. You might have to zoom in on your phones, guys, because I can't make this any bigger, unfortunately. Exhibit A.
So this is a textbook mutant right here. In my chat, comes out, says, chill out, Matty. We had 36 shots versus 5. They just scored from a deflected goal in a worldie. Their keeper played like prime Manuel Neuer, saving 13 saves, which equalized David De Gea's record-breaking performance in 2017. We deserved to win the game 10-1. And if we had drawn the game, it would have been a travesty. So instead of attacking the players, maybe give them credit for keep going until the end and not getting frustrated. By the way, the manager doesn't start a 17-year-old because he's negative, because of negative fans like you. By the way, when I've been asking, Wednesday night, we all say that we wanted him to start, right? We want him to actually start, right? Okay, all right. And so, but a negative fan like you would be on his back as soon as he put in a bad performance, which could affect his progress the same way you've done with Martinelli and Saka.
No.
Watch this. Matty telling Saka he needs to pick it up after he just equalized Thierry Henry's goals and assist record. Here we go, GA. He is so hypocritical of Arsenal's players and clearly doesn't understand that perfection doesn't exist in sports. Well, I guess we'll me and you will talk about Real Madrid that when we get off air, because I'm pretty sure that's a fun discussion, Lee.
Yeah.
We got off this tonight. If we score 2, he demands 5. If we score 5, he demands 10. Imagine how critical he'd been throughout the Invincible season. Well, I watched it, but my friend, trust me, I know all about it. I lived it. You see, that's somebody you know that's young because they don't even realize that I've lived it. He'd have wanted to drop Henry or sold every time he missed a chance. He'd even want Wenger sacked every time we drew a game. Well, in fact, I did want him sold after the 2012 season. I was done with him. After I'm not sold, but ran out after 2010. I was done with him by that point. But I wanted Lee to pull all this up just to show you.
And this is one of many, many, many comments.
Yeah, this is just one.
And this is what happens when we get a win, right? And listen, I personally think like we should have won that game comfortably. Let's just be real with it. We should have. Yeah, but at the same time, yeah, I knew the score, so it was a lot easier for me to watch the game knowing the score, innit? Yeah, if I hadn't checked the score and I'd watched it or stayed on the watch along, I would have been going nuts. Yeah, because you're in the moment at that time. The game's unfolding live. Yeah, when you know the score, you know you've got the win. Just sit back and relax. Yeah,
I told Ola.
Am I right in saying that comment there that you highlighted? The guy said, maybe I've heard this wrong or read it wrong. Saka has equaled Henry's goal and assist.
You did hear that correct. And I'm trying to figure this out. I'm trying to figure that.
He's equaled Henry's goals and assist record. Am I missing something? Am I missing something here?
This comment sums it all up anyway. Imagine comparing Saka and Henry together. Imagine putting them two in the same sentence.
But you know what? Me and Kenny talked Saturday. We talked Saturday. And Kenny, I told you, I said, it's time to have a discussion about soccer. It is time to have a discussion about soccer.
100%. And I think this is a good place for it because there's a lot of people who took exception to Robert Perez's comments. And Robert Perez was being well-meaning. And the fact is, we live in an age where modern fans who I'd say haven't got a clue about football. They think they know about football. You know, they do. They go on various podcasts, young guys, nerds with glasses. I've got glasses, so I'm probably a nerd myself. But we've got glasses, massive. But you know what I mean? Youngsters who go on, silly little things. They write silly little, vlogs about this and that and about their tactical geniuses. It's like, and they come out with all the stats. Don't let stats fool you. One Irish pundit said that if you're, obsessed with stats, then you know nothing about the game. You just worm yourself into the conversation. And I think the statisticians worm themselves into the conversation. The fact is, Saka isn't world class because world class players don't go games and months without scoring a goal. That's if you look at Saka's, this season, when was the last time he scored? He hadn't scored since the beginning of this season.
2 goals.
One goal in the league this season.
One league goal in the league season. And you think that there was periods last season where he went multiple games, and we're talking, in double figures without scoring goals.
And that was against Wolves at home.
Yeah. World-class players.
He's got an assist in every game apart from the weekend. All of them have pretty much been corners.
We need to stop this now. We've only become obsessed with assists since Mesut Ozil came to the stratosphere. And the reason why I became obsessed with assists is because people like me and you, Lee, were thinking, no, we're not having this. We're not getting enough in terms of more from Mesut Ozil because world-class players, it's the goals for column, how many goals they score. It's not about their assists. It's how many goals they score.
The easiest way to put this into context, right, is that if Erling Haaland's on the pitch and he gets a chance, it's in the back of the net 9 times out of 10. Yeah,
100%.
That's the easiest way to put that into context because, yes, we know he's not a great footballer, but he's a world-class finisher. And that is why he tops the goal charts every season because he knows where the back of the net is and he does it 9 times out of 10.
And that's the thing, Lee. Saka, and that's the reason why Perez said Saka's not world-class because he doesn't do it consistently on a regular basis. He may have the ability to get there, but he won't. And that's why when you talk about when you used to talk about Gareth Bale when he was at Spurs in that last season, the reason why Real Madrid paid £86 million for him, because every week he was scoring and winning matches for Spurs on his own, even though they didn't get top 4. In that 2013 season, Gareth Bale was winning matches on his own. Harry Kane, the reason why Bayern Munich paid for a 30-year-old is because he was scoring goals consistently. That is world class. Cristiano Ronaldo, £80 million from Man United, because he was doing it on a consistent basis. That's where world class, that's the definition of world class. So when you've got people, and you know who you are, mate, and I'll deal with you tomorrow when I'm on Dan's show if you're there, because I'm going to bring up Dan's show. I'll deal with you severely because you were very disrespectful to Robert Pires, one of our greatest ever players.
Oh, they all are. As soon as somebody comes out and says anything against Starboy, mate, they're all in bits.
And that's the thing.
It's like you've knifed a family member.
And the worst thing about it is that he meant well, and it's factual. It's all about consistency. Stop talking about assists. This nonsense about assists. We're gonna have a situation about Martinelli now. Everyone's gonna fit Martinelli in a great game on Saturday because he got a goal and he got an assist. Yeah, that's fantastic. But in the moments where he was meant to sort of like create chances, doesn't put any crosses in, doesn't beat his man, and to quote one person who I don't really know that well, I don't think I'll get on with him anyway. He said something that was so poignant, and it's factual. Let's not talk about what he said about him not crossing with his left foot, but shooting with his left foot. He said the most poignant thing I ever heard regarding Martinelli. Right backs have an easy time these days when they mark Martinelli. That's him saying it, not me, who's been critical. He said it, and you can't take away from those two things about Saka and Martinelli.
But Kenny, do you think, sorry to cut in there, do you think that that's because of the way the manager's telling them to play? Because if you look at that game,
sometimes they are.
Yeah, but if they do that, they're going to fall out of the good books with the manager, and they might not get a game.
Well, you can't say that about Martinelli because he's been trying to play for Martinelli for a long time. He's been trying.
No, but what I'm saying is, if Martinelli don't do as he's told when he's in the team, so I'll give you an example. That game at the weekend, he had a one-on-one with a right back at one point. He got into the penalty box, stopped, stood still for about 3 seconds, and then just spanked it straight off him for a corner.
But you say that you say it, Lee. When we were trying to win the game, when we were 2-2 down, and trying to get the winner, he was the first person he was trying to get off.
Yeah.
So clearly, he ain't. If you're talking about Martinelli saying that it's manager enforced, you can't do, because at the end of the day, he's always the person. Every game, he's the first person the manager says, right, you run your race, you're coming off. That's saying something. Let's not forget, he was trying to buy Mudryk. Whatever you say about Mudryk, and I swear to God, hindsight is always 20/20 with for a lot of football fans these days. If you pay £80 million for a player, he is starting ahead of Martinelli. That debate about Martinelli is still going to be ongoing. This manager is going to always look for bet to replace Martinelli, whether you like it or not. He's going to tolerate Saka because he thinks that eventually Saka is going to be consistent. But in terms of Saka, if you want to say Saka's world class and you want to slag off anyone who says Foden's better than him, you always need to be honest with yourself and say, right, world class players don't go
missing in big games. Yeah, and this is my point with this, about with that logic, Bruno Fernandes is world class. What's the biggest game Bruno Fernandes ever scored in? What's the biggest game he's ever scored in? He's never scored in a knockout stage of a Champions League game, ever. Yeah, did he score in the final of the Europa League? I don't think he did.
No, they lost the penalty. They drew 0-0 and lost the penalties.
What did he do yesterday?
Get sent off.
That's the question that needs to be asked. What did he do yesterday?
Liverpool last season. Did he score in the cup final? Did he? In the cup against Liverpool last season, which ultimately led to a trophy. So against Liverpool, that's his biggest goal ever. Yeah, and then when you're comparing them to other players,
did he score in that 4-3 game? Because I know he scored.
I think he did.
Yeah, I know he scored that world-class goal to make it 2-2. But I don't know about. But look, the fact is that the reason
was
why
it the league game? It might have been the league game. I don't know. But either way.
Yeah, the reason I'm hard on those two is because simple reason is that.
Let me just, sorry, Kenny. Sorry, 1 second, mate. Yeah, because this guy's just come back. It's not a lazy argument at all, mate, because you're comparing Thierry Henry and Bruno Fernandes.
Yeah, oh God.
Yeah. Thierry Henry may never have scored in any final. However, he scored goals to get us to the finals. He scored goals that won us league titles. Yeah. What has Bruno Fernandes fucking ever done in football to be compared in this sentence with Henry? As soon as he left Sporting Lisbon, they won the title the following year.
Yeah,
And they've won another one since. As soon as he's gone to Man U, Man City have won 4 in a row, including the treble.
Yeah, but modern
he's
fans,
won an FA Cup and a League Cup.
Yeah, but Lee, remember about modern fans. Modern fans these days, if you slag off many of the modern players, they'll have a go at you, and they'll start comparing it to the players that we hold in high esteem, and they'll start comparing the records because they got their stats to back it up. Let's not forget, stats is as good as goal in the month.
Yeah, but this is why I get the on with it, Kenny. Yeah, because using stats here is a load of bollocks. Yeah,
well, I know.
I'll give you an example. Yeah. Real Madrid game the other week. Endrick scores. Anyone who watched that, I know what I'm saying. Yeah, he literally run in a straight line, 80 meters up the pitch.
Yeah,
Danny Carvajal assist. I'll give you another example. Aston Villa away to Young Boys last week. Yeah. Watkins gets tripped over by the goalkeeper, falls on the ball pops out from the back of his legs, and Jacob Ramsey taps it in. Ollie Watkins assist. How the fuck is that an assist? He's on top of the ball. He fell over. He got tripped over and fell on the ball. How's that an assist? These assist stats are the biggest load of bollocks out of all the stats. Because you can literally get an assist off a corner. I'm sorry, I ain't taking. Cool, goals and all of that, fantastic. But just because you're whipping the ball into a box where there's 18 people or 20 people, whoever may be in there, or however many players are in there, okay, so working on the basis that you've crossed the ball into an area and Martinelli's blocking the goalkeeper, does Martinelli get an assist then? Because he's blocked the goalkeeper, innit? And we wouldn't have scored if the goalkeeper hadn't been blocked off. So does Martinelli get the assist? These assist stats are the biggest load of shit ever. In fact, if you take a penalty, I'm pretty sure, unless they've changed this here, if you take a penalty and it hits the woodwork and then you tap it in, I think you get your own assist as well. I think you get the goal and the assist because you've then taken that assist away. So another one, I'm not sure if they've changed this. If I foul Kenny, and then Matty takes the penalty, Kenny gets the assist if Matty scores. Because he was the person fouled.
How's that?
How the fuck's that even make any sense? They're the biggest load of bollocks. And people use assists here, right? They don't do that anymore. Cool. They should have scrapped the whole fucking assist thing. The only reason people talk about assists is to back up a player that's having shitter after shitter after shitter. I've just gone through Bukayo Saka. Yeah, like Ozil, exactly. I've just gone through Bukayo Saka's last season, Up to New Year's Eve, including New Year's Eve, he had scored 6 goals, including that goal on New Year's Eve. 6. He'd only missed 1 game up until that point. Man City with a thigh injury. After that, he then blanked on the 20th of January. He then scored in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 games, scoring 7 goals in that 5-game run. Against Forest, Liverpool, West Ham, Burnley, Newcastle. He then blanked against Sheffield United. Then blanked against Brentford, blanked against City, out with an injury against Luton. Scored against Brighton, blanked against Villa, Wolves and Chelsea, scored against Spurs, scored against Bournemouth, blanked against United. So if you actually look at where his goals came, he scored more goals in 5 games just after the winter break than he did. In fact, he scored 7 goals in that month. He scored 7 goals. And at that point, he'd scored 6 in total. And this is why, when you look at stats, you've got to look at them carefully because we all know Saka didn't have a great season.
To manipulate things. Each one of us here right now, we can all make statistics up for that game that we saw at the weekend, right? Because they could be manipulated whichever way you like. I remember there was a guy, I was on a channel last year. This guy, he's an American guy, nice fella, but he's a stat merchant. And I actually said to him, why do you keep going on about stats for this and stats for that? And what it was, he was a statistician in the American Army. Not currently, but he had been. And so his life, his brain worked statistics.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And this is the thing. Man said that you thick. He got 20 goals and 6 assists last season. Please do tell me. Now, let me ask him this question, Kenny. Tell me the most important goal he scored last season.
You know what?
Tell me the most important goal he scored last season.
He'll tell you. He'll say Liverpool at home. That's what he'll say. Liverpool at home.
Let's see what he says. What was the most important goal that Bukayo Saka scored last season?
While he's coming up with that deductive reasoning, I want to break up 2 points here. Number one, what has he done this season? We're 6-7 games this season.
Leave him be, man. Leave him be, unless he's being a prick.
Hang on. There's another guy. There's another guy called who's been slagging, who says we're wrong. Is Temestrache Solo.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So he says Spurs away was the most important goal. When did that lead to a title then? Oh, it didn't. So we won nothing. Thank you. None of his goals last season, none of his assists last season led to a trophy. They're all irrelevant.
Look, the fact is, right, this isn't personal. This is basically us saying if we want to win the trophies we deserve, we feel that we need to win. We're going to need more from him.
Facts. Just because you get goals and assists doesn't mean you've had a good game. Let's just be real with it. Since when has this been a thing in football? Oh, he got an assist. And fucking what, mate? He was shit for 90 minutes. And he whips a corner in and we scored. Well done.
Kenny, what did you tell me about Cole Palmer Saturday?
Exactly. Yeah, but look at Cole Palmer. Look at Cole Palmer. You know what I said about Cole Palmer? When we had that discussion Saturday, I said to him, the way Cole Palmer's going to go on, right? Last season, he scored 22 goals. And I thought that Cole Palmer, that he needs to do it the next season. This season, he's already done it. Because remember Harry Kane when he first started? I reckon that Cole Palmer, if he wants to, he's going to be the successor of Harry Kane up top, but it'll be from a different perspective as a false number 9. Because Cole Palmer has this Harry Kane about him. We all like what we saw, but we want to see if he can do it the next season. And by the looks of it, he's going to do exactly what Harry Kane. In 2015, Harry Kane came into the scene, and then every season after that, he'd done it. Cole Palmer has that look about him. You know why I'm aggrieved? That should be Bukayo Saka doing the same thing as Cole Palmer. And that should be Martinelli. That's why I demand it. Because if they were doing that, we may win trophies. So people like Manji and Temestrache, watch the games and don't think we're having a dig at these players. You need to have better standards for these players. That's the problem with you modern fans. Not slagging you off, but you are still stats based. If you really want to go into stats, Nicholas Jackson got 14 goals last season. But the first thing you'll say when I mention Nicholas Jackson, you'll say that he's shit. Yeah. That's what you say. That's what you say. That's what you say, Manji, and that's what you say, Temestrache. And because simple reason is that you have a different level of respect for Nicholas Jackson. No, I'm not.
What about Dominic Solanke? He got 19 goals last season. Exactly. I bet they think he's shit as well.
Exactly. But the fact is, I agree with you. Saka's better than those two players. But Saka's stats are similar to those two. And Saka's stats have to be better if he wants to be called world class. That's what we're saying.
There's the big up to Sandip here as well. Sometimes I hear from other chat rooms who play like Simeone's Atleti that their strikers ever leaked the goal scoring charts. The last time they won the league, Luis Suarez was second. Messi was top. Suarez got 25. Griezmann was fourth after Ronaldo in third. Yeah, he got 19, Griezmann. Ronaldo got 26. Oh, sorry, Suarez was third. They've put them back to front. So, yeah, they do lead the goal scoring charts. Last season, I can't remember, but Morata would have been up there. Morata was on fire last season.
You know something that's not being brought up too? Kenny, we brought this up Saturday. Me and Kenny had a nice chat Saturday. Mm-hmm. You know, Jesus is coming on in garbage time now. Yeah. He's coming in when it's pretty much done. You know, he can barely get him a few minutes. We said it Wednesday. I'm going to say it right here today on our Monday podcast. It is time to sell this man in January. It is time for Jesus to go. He's not providing us anything. He cannot even score against League One Bolton.
Yeah, true.
A 17-year-old scores 2 goals against League One Bolton. A man who has been in the Premier League for what 8 years cannot score against League One Bolton. There's no more discussion.
Much worse. Matt is much worse. If you look at the fourth goal, and you look at the fact that that if he had squared that when we had two players in, that would have been a VAR situation. But he got greedy, scuffed his shot. The keeper somehow fumbled it, and that's how he got a goal. And that says a lot about Jesus in terms of like how has he got in a situation where Trossard is ahead of him when he's meant to be our number 9? How's that happened? How's he let that happen?
You know what
dropped so badly that we're in a situation where we're running him on a weekly basis. You know, it's much worse about Jesus, and I'm gonna dig out Martinelli in this as well. When I watched Brazil back in the day, I think Zico, Socrates, Pele, Revelinho, Tostão, like players like Zagallo, players like Nizaro de Lima, Rivaldo.
Yeah.
And, all those sort of players. And then you look at the modern Brazil, you've got players like Martinelli, Jesus, Richarlison.
Anthony.
And you got Joe Linton. Is there any wonder why Brazil's standards have gone down when you've got average players like that playing for their team? And then some of those average players play for us. Let's face it, at the state of play right now, Martinelli and Jesus are average. They're not pulling away.
Facts. Absolute facts. And big up to our TB as well. Saka's trash never turns up at trophy times. Bro, it's because we ain't got anyone to share the workload over the season. So he ends up knackered by the end of it. We never rotate him. Let's be real with it. Yeah, and somebody said a minute ago about comparing Cole Palmer and Saka is an unfair comparison because nobody does a low block against Chelsea. Okay, well, they do against Barcelona, and Yamin Namal seems to score every week or most weeks. Always affects the game. Can take a man on. Always gets doubled and trebled up on. Came off the bench at the weekend and scored a screamer. Literally, he fucked up for their fourth goal. Passed the ball, tried to flick it over the guy's head, and he just volleyed it straight in the top corner. That lad put him 4-2 up. He went up the other end and stuck one straight in. And it's like, come on, man. Like, this is the thing, yeah. Any winger in world football, all you got to do is just look at that geezer, mate. He's 17, mate. 17, for fuck's sake. There's no excuse for any winger in the Premier League. Yeah, people can waffle on all they like. It's a harder league and all that. No, it ain't. No, it ain't. This league is the easiest it's ever been, which is why the points tally is higher.
Link, pull up David Ortega's comment there. Because I was actually going to bring this point up.
Where is it? Oh, there we go.
Yeah, says Jesus got a career-ending injury on his knee, and everyone dogs him. You know who you blame for that, my friend? David, do you know who you blame for that? You blame this manager. Because you rushed him back. Lee, you remember that?
Yep.
Trossard. Trossard's doing a good job. Oh, I've got to put Jesus back in.
Well, straight back in. After he was player of the month as well, Trossard. Got benched until May. Got benched from the end of March till May. Rushed Jesus back in, and guess what? He had to have another knee surgery. And since then, he's had another one. He's had 3 knee surgeries since he's been here.
Hey,
that's on the manager rushing him in.
Keep an eye on California. Keep an eye on him too. Rushing him, but you heard this weekend. Oh yeah, he's hurt. Well, they say he practiced today, but you don't keep hearing that same rumor. And every time he goes down, after the game, he's injured. He's injured. He was injured before he brought him back. Then you heard last week, toward the end of last week. I don't know if y'all heard toward the end of last week, talking about Moreno coming back. No, he's not coming back. He's not coming back anytime soon. If he does, he's rushing him back as well. This manager has a history of. Let's not forget, y'all. See, it's been a while, but let's not forget. Thomas Partey was trying to come off the pitch. He said,
he pushed it back on.
Back. He said, go back.
Against Tottenham.
Yeah. He has a history of doing this.
He has got a history of doing it. Yeah, apparently Marino's in training today. Oh, good luck.
He's popped his shoulder. We don't need him. And I say it respectfully because let's face it, as much if we need to take anything from the game, and obviously Leicester were pathetic in terms of how they played in that first half. One thing we took a lot from the game, our most important attacking player on the quiet was Declan Rice in that number 8 position, where everyone seems to have frog march him into that number 6 position and say that he's Partey's successor. When, by the look of how Declan Rice plays, and in my opinion, Declan Rice's best performances are as a number 8 at this football club. As a number 6, his performances, let's face it, haven't been memorable. And if you look at his performances as number 6 for international level, against big teams are less than average. In fact, he's been found wanting. I do think that Declan Rice's future is a number 8, which means if you're rushing back Moreno, there's no need to. Moreno could fight Declan Rice for number 8, and then when Thomas Partey leaves at the end of the season, because we know he's not getting a new contract, then we go and get a number 6, Zubimendi, fight Liverpool for him. That's my take. And Declan Rice. Everyone seems to have this conception that Declan Rice is a number 6, and I say, why are you paying 100 million bucks for a number 6? Surely there's more to his arsenal. Tautology there, but more to his arsenal than the number 6. I think it'd be a waste of a footballer to play as a number 6. I think number 8, I think he'll give us a lot more. All right, he's not Granit Xhaka, but some fans think that there's only one way to play number 8. Like, you've got to play number 8 because you've got to get Martinelli back in the game, because Martinelli's not playing his best football because he hasn't got Xhaka and Suchenko to, create space for him. Well, hang on it. We have replaced Saka. We've got a number 8. Only we don't play that way that we played in 2023. But fans won't accept it. They still see him as a number 6. But our most important attacker this Saturday was Declan Rice, number 8.
Here we go. This manager was asked again in his press conference for tomorrow's game about Odegaard and Marino. Why are you asking him that? We're not expecting any player to return in the next 24 to 48 hours. Calafiori, we'll see how he feels today. He was a bit emotional after the game. What does that mean?
Exactly. Was he crying?
Yeah, this guy suddenly don't want to talk in press conference anymore, but he had all the mouth after the Man City game the other day.
Hey, Lee, he said he was emotional after the game.
Yeah, apparently he left the stadium crying. Apparently he's injured. Apparently he's injured, Calafiori. Apparently he's injured.
Stayed in Italy and played for Juventus. That's probably why he was crying.
Yeah, apparently he's injured. Well, I'm not surprised the way he's throwing himself into tackles and missing them.
There was a picture of him in a brace on his knee, but you'd have thought that's precautionary, surely.
But see, Kenny, that's what I'm talking about. This manager has a history of. See, remember, what was it before the Spurs game, Lee? That he was supposed to be injured, and then he's back.
Yeah.
He plays that game, then he plays the Champions League. I think he was in the Champions League tie there, and then
he played the Bolton game.
Yeah, then he played in Bolton, and then now he's injured, and then today he said he was at practice. All signs point to he's playing injured. All signs are pointing right now that he's playing injured. And this is going to be another one of these injuries where it'll go from where if you left him alone the first time, it'll be a couple of weeks to where it's going to end up being a few months.
I don't know. I think there's a bit of a conundrum because they're saying, well, Benjamin White was in the squad, and they say it's down to injury, and you have to take the manager at his face value. So we're in a bit of a 6s and 7s, for tomorrow. If Benjamin White's injured, Calafiori's got a knock, then the left back situation is that Kieran Tierney's in the Champions League squad, isn't he?
Yeah, he's injured.
Caesars. He's injured. Bench. Is he fit? Is he fit enough, or is he still hamstring injury?
Worst case scenario, he'll put Skelly in there.
No, he'll probably put fucking Kivior in there.
God help me. God help us.
Yeah.
Training on his own.
Yeah.
He's trying to get fitness training.
He's training on his own because this manager don't like him, Jez. That's the real reason.
I wish they would.
We know that. We know that's the truth. But apparently, he's training on his own to get fitness. So I don't know. Make of it what you like, but it is.
I've got a question. I've got a question for the panel. I'm sorry, Lee, that's your show, but
go on. It's your show, Kenny.
All right, this is a question. It's probably going to, and I think that the chat are going to be very animated by this question, but I have to ask it because it's a chat show as well. Nwaneri, do you start him tomorrow? And do you start him on Saturday? And if the answer is yes, why? And if the answer is no, why?
I'll let you two go first. I'm going to go for a piss.
I would, Kenny. I would start him. You know, young lad. He's very keen to break into his career. Scored 2 goals the other day. Gets hooked and benched. When he came on at the weekend, I thought he played well. So I would take that gamble. No problem at all. I think he'd do a decent job.
What do you think, mate? What do you think?
I think he should play. I think he should have started Saturday. I think he should start next game. I think he should start next game. And as long as he's keeping up his current form, I don't see a problem with him not, being in the team. I mean, clearly y'all saw the last few minutes of the game. On Saturday, he came in and he was a live wire. Immediately, things picked up. Energy picked up. Me and Ola was looking at him, and he looked confident. He looked confident. Didn't look like he was afraid of the moment. Didn't look like he was, it bothered him. Some players they get a little nervous. No, he looked like he was into the game. He was, me personally, if he's doing fine, even when older guys get, and it's gonna sound wild because I'm the type of person I believe if a player's on form, you don't touch him. Just just roll with it because he's rolling right now. And when you got a 17-year-old, his confidence that high, you roll with him, man. It's time to start this young man. We have got to get this attack going, y'all. We got to get this attack going.
Yeah, because the reason why I was asking it because if you look at the last few games since we lost Martin Odegaard. My biggest worry is that we're talking about imbalance. That midfield in terms of had balance with basically when Kai Havertz wasn't in it. That Martin Odegaard playing that position, and he got closer to support the Saka and the right back at the time was Benjamin White, and I thought that's when we played our best football, especially at home when we attack players. And I think. Just because the guy's only 17, you would have thought that if you elevated him into the squad and you trust him enough, why not just give him his head? Because at the end of the day, surely the balance of the side is a lot more important than thinking, well, maybe it's too soon for him. Because if you looked at the game when he came on, if you noticed that Havertz was occupying that right-hand side and Saka was getting pushed into there was a lot of movement there. And I was thinking, that's all well and good, but when Nwaneri came on against Leicester, he was able to stretch the opposition. You know what I mean? He was able to stretch the opposition, and then it was a situation where him and Saka interchanged, and we were opening them up. And I'm thinking, surely we should put balance to the side above, concerns about his age. Because I think, I understand you want to protect the player, but I do think that against the team.
Any protecting players, man.
Yeah, that's it.
If you're old enough, then you can play.
Yeah.
And he's proved himself. I mean, as Ian said there in one of his great comment he made, one of the biggest problems is that some of these players, even if they don't perform, they know that they're always going to start.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, I'm going to be in the team anyway, so I'll just come in and play. No. You need players that want to play to prove themselves. And this young lad, I think, he wanted to prove himself. And and so far, the game, I know, right, everybody said, I had this argument, it was only Bolton. Well, you still got to score the goals.
Yes.
Play. It doesn't matter, right, whether it's bloody Bognor Regis Town or it's Bolton bloody Wanderers. You still got to score the goal. And the kick there, goals.
I'd start him. I'd start Sterling as well. I'd start Sterling, Saka, and Ethan, and then I'd have 29 up front.
Have you tapped out of Martinelli then?
I've had enough of him, mate.
Yeah, he's had enough of him, man.
Yeah, I've had enough of him. Yeah, listen, that guy has fallen off a cliff, mate. Yeah, honestly, he's fallen off a cliff. Yeah, people can say it's because he's got no confidence in this and that. Bro, he's nicking 180 grand a week. I don't care. Yeah, I know it ain't my money and all of that. However, that 180 grand a week could have gone to someone else who could actually do a job properly. Yeah, because this guy ain't going to do it this season, mate. Yeah, he'll have moments. He'll score a couple of goals here and there. Yeah, he'll have half a good game. Yeah, and then he'll fall off a cliff again. then the amount of times this geezer runs the ball out of play is embarrassing. Like, honestly, it's embarrassing now. Yeah, and for
he
me,
doesn't even attack the box anymore. Do you remember?
that's what I'm saying. This is done deliberately by this manager. That's what I'm saying early, Kenny. He runs into the box one-on-one, facing up the defender. Yeah, name any decent winger, they will take that man on every time. They might not get past him every time. Yeah, but like I keep coming back to the 17-year-old at Barca. If he's in the position that Martinelli was in at the weekend, one-on-one with that fullback, bro, that guy's getting cooked. Yeah, and people say, "Oh, but he's a generational talent." Well, so was Martinelli.
Allegedly.
So was Martinelli when we got him.
Can you say allegedly?
But that's what about Martinelli. As much as I'm hard on Saka, at least Saka, when he starts games, at least he does try to get in the box, try and make things happen. You know what I mean? And
Martinelli looks like he's hiding in games. That's the problem. He looks like he's hiding, mate. And then when he gets the ball, he runs 100 miles an hour down the wing, runs into the box, slows down. You're supposed to speed up as you get into the box, do a step over and whip the ball in. Instead, he slows down as he gets in the box, lets them all set. And either whacks it straight out off the guy for a corner, either runs it out while he tries to start the guy, or squares it back to Declan Rice. Every time he does it, bro, it's boring. I'm bored of it. At least with Saka, you know that he can do a quick 1-2 and he's going to score. Yeah, that's why Arteta keeps him on, because he has got that goal threat in him. Whereas Martinelli ain't a goal threat any day of the week, bro.
It doesn't scare anyone. Static thinks Nwaneri's got a good shot to start. Because I just think
I hope he does start, because this PSG team that we're playing ain't all that, mate. Yeah, they've had a good start to the season. They ain't all that.
They'll be better on the ball, but one thing about them, they'll be better on the ball than the majority of teams we played this season in the Premiership.
I'll tell you this. I will tell you this. If that midfield, that problem we got in midfield, they'll exploit all of that tomorrow.
Yeah.
And Usman Dembele's been banished from the squad by Enrique.
Yeah, he was pissed off with him after the game. I watched the game yesterday. He was pissed off with him at halftime.
Disciplinary, apparently.
Jeez,
that's told him he didn't like his attitude or something after the game. So, it's good for them because he's shit. He's trash, that Dembele, man. Barcola. Man said thoughts on Barcola. I don't rate him either. I don't rate hardly any of these wingers in world football, mate. They're trash. Like, real talk. Lads, we've seen proper wingers in football in our lifetimes. Yeah, and we're looking at these players. Like, forget the rest of the positions, because the rest of the positions are slightly different. When you're playing an attacking position up high and wide, I expect you to cook your man 8, 9 times out of 10. Yeah, because you're supposed to be a better technically gifted footballer than the left back or a right back. Hence why you're playing in attacking positions. Yeah, they're there to defend because they're not that good. Yeah, they can't get forward. They can't drop a shoulder and score a goal. They might do every now and again a fullback. Yeah, I said Barcola's better than your whole attack.
Yeah, but that's
not difficult, though, is it? It's not difficult, bro.
How many times this season have you seen Martinelli racing down that left wing, right, head down? Happened again against Leicester. And he's running down there, and he got a breakaway, right, straight down the wing, and he gets caught up by their bloody centre back. And loses the ball.
Yep. It's been happening for too long, Jess.
Yes, Kenny.
Exactly.
The guy's washed, man. He is.
He's done.
It's not working. It's not going to work.
Do you think it's a him problem, or do you think that is a him and the Arteta system problem?
I think it's a system problem, and I will go to the grave saying this manager moved him from playing center striker and made him a touchline winger.
Yeah,
it completely has ruined him. I mean,
that one good season of 15 goals, he's been shit ever since. He was shit all last season. I mean, let's just be real with it. He's been crap for about 18 months.
You know what I think? I think with this manager, what we've seen over the last few years, because we've seen players being jettisoned out of the team, and few of them are now playing for other London clubs. You have to move. You have to be on the same level in terms of his manager. What I mean is that when he moves tactically, you've got to move with him tactically, or he will leave you behind. And this
is why Saka stays in the team non-stop, Kenny, because Saka's a good boy. He'll do as he's told.
Yeah, but that's the thing. But from a footballing point of view, he understands what the manager wants tactically for him, and he does it. The same, but players who haven't. Remember Ramsdale, Ramsdale was one of those players who didn't move with the manager tactically. Hence the fact he's been jettisoned. The team's moved away from Jesus. The team
and Ben White
is going to move away from Benjamin White. The team's moved away from Smith Rowe whilst he was out injured. Reece Nelson, Eddie Nketiah. Eddie Nketiah was useful in in 2023, and then he became surplus requirements when we got Trossard.
And you can even go back further. He done it with Aubameyang. As soon as Aubameyang didn't want to play left wing back, he fucked him off.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You have to move with this manager tactically, but don't get me wrong. He's not the only one that's like that.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong with that at all. I rate that.
Yeah, but Joey at Man City does that all the time. Look what he did with Sterling. Sterling was the best thing since sliced bread when he first went there, and then Joey said, "Right, I'm getting someone else in." Look what Joey did to Ben.
I love how you called him Joey. That's funny.
But it's his name. His name is just
Joseph.
Viola. That's why I call him Joey.
Exactly.
That's why I'm going to call Fresh Fabregas Franny. His name's Franny.
Oh, don't start on my mate every episode, Kenny. Come on, man.
Fabregas, but his name is Franny. I'm going to call him Frankie. Joey and Frankie.
Fuck's sake.
Hey, at least that's why you're here.
Mate, I live in Spain, Kenny, yeah? I've got enough haters in England. I don't need any in Spain.
Don't worry, mate. Don't worry, mate. They're not going to threaten to come and beat you up at football.
This PSG account in here, is moving crazy. For 2 days straight, this guy's been saying how shit we are, how great PSG are. They have 2 days in a row, bruv. Make sure you're in this chat tomorrow when the game's on. Yeah, because I'm telling you now, we're beating you tomorrow. And there ain't nothing you can do about it. And when we do beat you, I want an apology.
Hey, Lee, you know what's going to happen tomorrow, don't you? For about midday, Covent Garden is going to be full of Paris ultras, and they're going to be all over London, and they're going to pack the North London, and they're going to be in the ground. So I'm going to have to deal with them for you anyway. I'll look for the Paris ultra, and I'll tell him that. I'll let him know. Well, what you saying now, mate? After we beat him tomorrow.
Yeah, we're going to beat them tomorrow. Big up Stephen for the super chat, man. Yeah, never again, bro. Never again, bro. Bless up, bro. Hope you're well, man. Big up Lee, Joes, Matt, Kenny. Hope you're well. I say massive thanks for you, Lee, having this channel. Can't thank you enough. Love always. Bless up to you, bro. Come on. Bless up, brother.
Yep, Sam.
Bless up. But yeah, PSG tomorrow. No Dembele. I'd start Sterling. I've had enough of Martinelli. I'll start Nwaneri. I'll start Saka. 29 up front. I don't want to see him anywhere else on the pitch.
Same here.
Yeah, if you're going to play him up front. Yeah, midfield, Partey and Rice. And then Timber, the centre-backs obviously pick themselves. Left back, if Calafiori's fit, then maybe put him in. But he was in training today.
I've got one question after you finish, Lee, for the panel and for the guys in the comments, because I know you like being involved. A lot of people say I have favourites, and I do have favourites. But one of my favourites, question I need to ask you, what do you think of Thomas Partey's performances this season? Because a lot of people come up to me and says that he is part of the problem, that he's giving the ball away in attacking areas. What do you guys think?
Well, I think, why aren't they just backing him, Kenny? Just back him. He's just come back off a long-term injury.
I think he's been shit this year. I really do.
Matty, what about you, mate?
It's time for him to move on, man. They say when a certain age you just fall off a cliff, and he's fell off a cliff this season. He has fell off a cliff. He doesn't even look like the same player.
No,
do you think he'll do till we get someone like Zubamendi or someone similar?
I think he's waiting until he gets Marino back in, then it's Rice and Marino.
Yep, that's exactly what's going to happen, Lee. That's exactly what's going to happen.
And then Partey will be gone either in January, because Partey's only got a year left on his contract. Yeah, so by January, we can fuck him off for a couple of minutes.
Yeah. If he does that, though, that means you're taking Rice out of his position where he's effective as number 8. You put him back in the number.
No. Put Marino as the 6.
Yeah.
Can Marino play that position?
That's where he played. Well, kind of. Him and Zubamendi. Zubamendi's more the 6, and he was more of an 8. Yeah. But when I watched Sociedad last season, Zubamendi sits a little bit deeper, Yeah, but he's not the one running around getting the ball back. It's Marino getting the ball back. Zubimendi's more of the passing threat. Yeah, they complemented themselves pretty well, but complemented each other pretty well. But Marino is more of a ball winner. Yeah, and Declan Rice ain't really that, is he? He's a bit erratic at times doing that. Yeah, Declan Rice, I want to see him going further forward, which is why I thought we brought him.
That's what I thought. I thought he was going to play at number 8.
But yeah, I'd play, maybe put Marino in there. Take Partey out the firing line for a bit because he has been shit, but we ain't got no one else at the minute, so he's got to play, isn't
he? That's the trouble.
No one else that can play.
Has he had a good game this season for you guys?
No. Against City, I thought he was shit. Against Tottenham, I thought he was shit. Villa, he was shit.
Ken, I can't point there. Lee, you laugh when I say this. I can't make a case. I can't make the case for Thomas Partey.
He's been crap in every game. The thing is, he'll go through moments in a game where you think, oh, go on, Partey, and he bursts forward and he'll drop a shoulder and pass it off to someone. And he'll go and get the ball back. You think, how the fuck's he won that tackle? And then he'll pass it straight back to him.
Yeah, he did that against Leicester.
Exactly. Exactly.
Did that. Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. He's been a good player, but he ain't gone anywhere near the levels we expected him to be when we signed him. But maybe Jorginho could play. It would put Jorginho in there, maybe.
Yeah, but that's another question I was going to get to. When you look at Jorginho, apart from the fact that he keeps possession ticking over, in terms of like, you know, on the ball, do you think that he gets pressed out of the game too much, and that, you know, from a number 6 level, he's just as calamitous. He's worse than Partey. That he's calamitous to the extent that he's a danger to himself.
This is why when we sat here last year and we were saying, why are we renewing contracts with some of these players? Now the chickens are coming home to roost.
Yeah,
we should have went out and gotten quality players over the summer to fill in some of these positions. This is going to be this midfield is going to be our Achilles heel this season. Because these teams,
when you tighten everything's going to win you football matches.
Yeah, because y'all saw it Saturday. It was one. We had another situation where it was one pass right through the midfield, and, you know, 2 or 3 times there on Saturday, and it's going to be magnified tomorrow because, as you stated, Kenny, that team is actually better than most of the Premier League teams that we're going. So you're going to really see it on display tomorrow. You know this midfield situation is right up there with the striker situation. We've got to try to duct tape all the way to January, and hopefully they can figure out what they're going to do. But we're going to be dealing with this wave of attacks, and if people, luckily for us, we run into a lot of teams where they can't finish their dinner. But these teams that are going to be able to finish it, yeah, we're gonna pay the price eventually.
I'll make you right, because, you know,
I agree.
In terms of like last season, I thought that we challenged in spite of our midfield. I thought that, you know, Partey was out for a lot of the season. We relied a lot on Jorginho, but we developed a system where we kind of bypassed our midfield, where we put Rice further forward, put him on set pieces, and we just played the power-based game. You know, kind of. You remember when we played in '91 when we won the title in '91? It was our power that got us through in this, and it was similar to that in the second half of the season. But this season, I do have concerns because it's like Martin Odegaard's injuries opened up a can of worms, and that can of worms is our midfield.
Yeah, but even when he was playing, Kenny, we were still playing shit. Let's be real.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Look, you know, I think SG's mentioned this earlier. Let's not forget when Martin Odegaard plays away from home against the big teams. It's like it's like watching Mesut Ozil again.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
But the thing about it is a lot of when you are winning, when you are going for the title and you are going for trophies, your home form is so important. And
our home form is weird though, Kenny, because our away form's ironically fucking better. Our away form's quality. It's our home form, and it was the same last season. Our home form last season cost us the title.
Yeah, but you know why? I think teams feel because we're so like, you know what I think? I think because we're so compact away from home and we defend like lions, that teams think we can't do this. But when the onus is on, when we're at home, the onus is on us to attack. So we leave more spaces for teams to, you know, so they can have a go. Like Leicester, they're as bad as they were. They still were able to get the chances and took those chances. Wolves didn't do too badly when they played against us as well. When we in the first home game, and it's one of those things where I do feel that teams feel that they get more space against us at home in home games. Hence the fact that they look better against us at home, whilst in away games we basically give the teams nothing. We've been so stingy to the extent that
you remember for pre-seasons past that our away form was better than our home form.
Yeah, 100%.
I mean, let's be honest. If you think back to the Invincible season, right, we were better away from form than we really were at home.
You're 100% right, Jess. You know the team that I call the greatest team I ever seen in my life, the 2001-2002 team. We lost 3 home games that season, but away from home we were unbeaten.
Yep. Yep. Didn't we score in like nearly every game? I think it was every game, wasn't it? I think we scored in pretty much every game that season.
Yeah.
Yeah, and this is the thing, like we just need to be more potent up front. We had so many chances against Leicester. That game should have been fucking 7-0. It should have been even before they scored. We should have been out of sight.
Yeah, it should have been.
Yeah, it should have been out of sight. Yeah, and as soon as they get the second goal, fucking all of a sudden we're just pinging shots, keeper saving them, pinging shots, keeper saving them. It's like when you watch us play, how many times do we genuinely get in behind another team and like it's a free flowing goal from back to front? Very rarely. Why? Because we're cunts on the edge of the box and we slow everything down and let them reset. Yeah, and then we hope to cross the ball in and 29 heads one down or scores.
That's Martinelli. Martinelli slows things down. We're in that situation.
Odegaard slows us down as well, though, can he? Yeah, he takes way too many touches in and around the penalty box, mate. Yeah, and when you watch these other teams, like I'm going to watch Villarreal later tonight. Watch how quick they play football. Watch how quick Las Palmas play football, and they're bottom of the table this season at the minute. Yeah, that's why I'm doing that game instead of the Premier League game, because I know that's going to be a bore fest, that Prem game. I'm going to do a proper game of football.
No, that game's going to be a mess because what will happen is that can go either way. Either Southampton get their act together and win that 3-1, or Bournemouth just score a hatful, because Southampton, they kind of apparently Russell Martin wants Ramsdale to play out the back. Oh God!
Yeah, good luck with that, mate.
I saw it. You remember them against Brentford? I couldn't stop laughing at the goals they conceded. I just thought it was hilarious. I thought, God, it
was the Man United game where he come flying out and dived on the floor. Yeah, that was funny, man. Yeah, but no, that game's going to be shit. Villarreal plays sick football, mate. Sick football. Yeah, big up to Ian as well. I've watched all the La Liga games yesterday. Didn't even bother watching Premier League. There you go. Yeah, the Osasuna-Barcelona game was quality. 4-2 Osasuna. Yeah, and this is why, this PSG fan that's in my chat that was waffling about their unbeaten this season. Yeah, so were Barca, mate. They lost to Osasuna. They got pammed by Osasuna. It weren't a loss, it was a pamming. Yeah, pamming. They were 4-1 up against Osasuna. Sorry, away against Barca. And this is why, when I see these teams like European teams like Barcelona, PSG, their fans get so loud. And it's not this against him. He's obviously backing his team there, but they get so loud. And it's like, you do realise you're not as good as you think you are. The same as us, where we're grounded with it. We're good, but we know we're not that good.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we just keep our mouth shut. Yeah, we call out stuff that we think's not right or could be better. Whereas these teams, they gas up all their players. Barcelona, every player's amazing. PSG, every player's amazing. Blah, blah, blah. And then when they don't win anything in Europe, because let's be real, we could get another 7 out of the chat and we could go and win that French league. It's a load of fucking shit. Yeah. Let's just be real with it. That's the nailed on guaranteed every year for PSG. Yeah. No, it's shit.
Hey, by the way, our former striker scored yesterday, by the way.
Just Balogun.
Balogun scored again yesterday.
Yeah. Did he?
Before PSG got their money.
Marseille get on? Mike, we all know Marseille are the biggest team out there anyway.
They lost.
They lost. Wow.
Yeah. Guys, don't you remember back in the day before PSG got their money, the team that made football was Lyon. Remember Lyonnais?
They're all winning everything.
They was getting into the quarterfinals of the Champions League, so they were the team that was, that was making an impression, and the clubs were. And remember with Monaco that season when they had that
when they had Mbappe.
Well, Mbappe, Bernardo. Who else they have? Bernardo Silva, Mbappe.
Oh, who was the other one? The midfielder. What was his name?
That Mendy. Well, we know what happened at Man City anyway.
Yilmaz. Was it Yilmaz? What's the dude's name? What was that?
Yeah, the guy in midfield. What was his fucking name, man?
I got
Fabinho. Fabinho, thank you.
Fabinho.
Another one. It was another dude that they had that was good.
Chelsea by another player, Babin Keep, another player.
Bakayoko, that's who you're thinking of.
Yeah.
Is it Bakayoko?
Yeah.
Yeah, they had some decent players, man. They had some decent players. Same with Marseille. Marseille are the biggest team out there. I don't care what any PSG fan tells me. Marseille are the biggest club in France.
Come on.
Yeah, you might have more trophies, but they are a bigger club in France.
Lee, you remember when they had Chrissy Waddle and all those players.
Jean-Pierre Papin and all them, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Like proper players, mate.
Manuel Amoros.
Yeah, come on. Proper ballers, mate.
I know what you mean.
Yeah, I've fully rattled this PSG.
Was it Basil? Remember that Basil Boli? What he did to Stuart Pearce in the 1992 European Championships?
Hey, sorry to cut you. Is this PSG Ultra mates with Said? Is you Said's boy? Are you Said's boy? Is this guy? Because I said to Said, he asked me earlier, what you got coming up? So I'm doing a show later with a PSG fan. He said, PSG Ultra. I could have got PSG Ultra to come on your channel. Is this him?
No
Just clocked. Is this you, bruv? Hey, if you want to jump on later, mate, jump on. Yeah, you and your mate can try and tag team me. Pause.
Yeah, but you remember PSG? PSG. They're only 54 years old as a club.
Yeah, they're 2 years older than you, Kenny. That's why I laugh at them.
The PSG league.
Yeah,
2 years older. 2 years older than Kenny Ken, that club. It's mad, isn't it?
It's mental, but there have been some sort of achievements, But I just remember Marseille. When they had remember Bella Tapi, the guy, club president.
Yeah, they've had PSG have had some sick players over the years, though. Like proper sick players, PSG. Ronaldinho, fucking Mikel Arteta.
That when he was halfway.
Pochettino, mate.
They had George Weah.
Did have George Weah.
Yeah,
they've had some proper ballers, mate. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, Nicholas Anelka.
Yes.
JJ Okocha, there's another one. They've had some good players over the years. But yeah, that McDonald's league, mate, it's washed. It is washed, JB. Ginola, another one.
David Ginola, isn't it? Ginola.
They had Bex as well. Zlatan. They've had some good players, man.
Yeah.
They still can't win in Europe.
Wally Lavazzi, innit?
Yeah, they've had some sick players. And why can't see they're like us in Europe, but they're shit in Europe, aren't they? Like, and this just goes to show you, like, it is very difficult to win in Europe. Very difficult to win in Europe. But you would think, with the amount of money that club has spent, they should have been cleaning up. Yeah, they probably should have been cleaning up. With the players that they've signed, the players they've had, the money they've spent, they should be winning in Europe, that team. It's like, how many more years do you go without winning in Europe? Yeah,
Jeremy Menez. I forgot about Jeremy Menez.
And we should all be ashamed of ourselves seeing Villarreal lift the trophy in Europe before us. Well, a lot of people, we've obviously seen our team lift the trophy in Europe, but some of the newer ones, newer fans than that, they've seen Villarreal lift the trophy in Europe before they see Arsenal do it. That's actually crazy. But it is what it is. Anyway, guys, is there anyone live that we like? We're going to wrap this up. I'm going to have some food, and then I'm back for the Villarreal Las Palmas watch-along. And then I'm back on here later with a PSG fan to talk about the game tomorrow, in which we're going to hammer them. So let me know who's live that we like, and we'll redirect. Jez, what you got coming up, mate? Appreciate your time, man.
As always, mate. Always love this show. It's the best show of the week. Well, I've actually made an error. I got the day wrong for the PSG game. I thought it was Wednesday. So
it's tomorrow, Jez.
I know. What I was going to do a match preview show, so I'm going to change that probably till tonight, 9 o'clock, and then do a watch long tomorrow. So I'll put it all up about it, and then 6 o'clock, the weekly football show on Wednesday night.
There you go. Make sure you sub to Jez. Link is in the pinned comments in the live. Same with Matty. His link is there as well. What you got coming up, Matty?
We'll be on with you tomorrow. You'll be doing the watch along tomorrow.
Yeah, I'm staying well clear of them gummies, bro.
Yeah, back in the saddle tomorrow with Lee, having a good time watching PSG and Arsenal. So looking forward to our European tour. As hopefully we can get a win tomorrow. We need to get some points too. We can't be drawing games in this new format. We need to get points tomorrow, maximum points.
100%. Listen, they only got a last minute win against Girona last time at home, so I'm fully expecting to beat them tomorrorow. And that goal Girona scored went through the geezer's arms and his legs when he went down to save it.
Yeah.
So unlucky. Go on, Jez. Sorry.
When you were doing your watch along on Saturday, and it was all you worked well. I was
spinning.
I had all these people coming in. Jez Lee's really unwell. Hope he's going to be okay. I said, yeah, he's just hungover. I'm sure he is. And he's on the piss the night before. And there's all these people really, really concerned. They said, can you go check on him? I said, how can I go check on him? He lives in Spain. You know what I mean?
It was even funnier. It was 2-2, and one guy said, Ken, something's up with Lee. He's just stopped his watch along. I said, what do you mean? He said he's very ill. He won't be doing any fan cams. Give him a call, give him a message, check him. So I was watching the game. I was going, Lee, you all right? I just heard, what's up? Watch along. You stopped your watch along. And that was during the game. Someone told me.
Yeah, that's bad. There you go. That's like the community.
On my desktop there, right? Because I thought, what's going on here? And somebody has said to me, same as Kenny, he's going to cancel his watch along. I thought, he must be rough then. So I flicked into YouTube so I could see your channel on there, right? And there was Matty and Ola there. And Matty was setting up his channel to divert across to Matty's channel. And I'm looking at it, I'm thinking, Jesus Christ, he looks like he's dead.
I did. I felt fucked, mate. Right. I can't lie.
Right, man.
I can't lie. I felt fucked.
You look terrible.
The thing is, big up to Hendo as well. I was one of those asked if it was possible to get your missus to check on you, bro. She was worse than me.
Oh right, because I went after the game. It just said 1 hour 6 minutes. So I thought, let me just put it on, and I went. I just thinking you weren't saying much. I was thinking, nah. You
know what was crazy? I went out to in the day to a beach club. Yeah, because we get nice weather out here in September, believe it or not. So we were chilling at this beach club, me and my pal, and I thought, I'll take it easy. I want to get up early tomorrow, have a bit of breakfast, chill out for a bit, and then do the watch along. Yeah. So I thought, have a 3 or 4 pints in there. Yeah, that place they have a DJ on 3 till 7, and then they kick you out at 7. Yeah, and it's like chilled vibes, 70s, 80s, 90s music, and that older crowd, no idiots in there. Yeah, so we were chilling. Then I ended up going for dinner with my pal, and then the missus met me in the Latin club, the Latina club, right. And my mate fucked off after 1 pint. He went home, and I said, "Well, we'll have one more and we're going." Bro, I swear I was home by about 11 o'clock. Yeah, and I'd only had about 5 pints all day. Yeah, and I did the show with Rants early so I could go out. Yeah, and then we were sitting there playing cards, having a couple of beers and that. Yeah, she was having a sip of wine, and she was just like feeding me these gummies. Yeah, I was like, "Oh yeah, they taste nice. Taste like watermelon." Yeah, and I was like, after I did the 5th one, she's just putting them in my mouth, one for her, one for me, like kind of thing. I said, "Hold on a minute, show me the packet." Yeah, and she went, "Yeah, they're edibles." I said, "You know what these are, innit?" She goes, "Yeah." I said, "Do you realize how fucked we are now?" Yeah. And it was at that point she knew. She fucked up. I swear. We then went to bed.
I don't know what they are. What are they?
They're THC. Yeah. It's like weed, basically.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Right.
Yeah. It's worse than weed because it goes straight in your bloodstream.
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking, I swear, Jez, I was fucked, mate. Yeah. And when I went to bed and I went to bed, I think I fell asleep about, I think it was about 6. At 6 in the morning. Yeah, and I woke up about 1:30, which wasn't a plan. Yeah, and I woke up about 1:30, and I felt fucked, mate. When I went to bed, I felt cool. I was fine. Yeah, when I woke up, I felt fucked. I was gone. I was seeing stars. As I sat here, I think I had the countdown on for about 15 minutes. I was just sat here. I was like this. I was physically doing this. I could feel myself spinning. Yeah, I was just looking at the camera thinking, I've got to swerve this stream somehow. I was thinking, please, Matty and Ola, hurry up.
Yeah, that's why everybody who I know that's happened to, they all say the same thing. I felt like I was spinning. So when he said he felt like he was spinning, I was like, oh yeah, he needs to go lay down.
The only way I can describe it is if you've been on the I don't know, on the waltzer or something at the fun fair. and then, or they flip, or a thing that flips you upside down or something like, and it's fucking horrible, mate. Never again. Yeah, it's basically concentrated weed, Jez. That's what it is. Concentrated weed, basically.
I had a feeling that's what it was.
It hits your bloodstream a lot quicker than smoking it.
I've never been into back in the weed back in the day. I did have one, and I'd
put it this way: to get a message off of troops, saying Gunner, what the fuck are you taking them on match day for? But I didn't. I took them the night before. Yeah, that's how fucked they were. I was fucked for 24 hours more. Yeah, he goes, Guns, if you've done more than 100 milligram, he goes, you ain't about that life, mate. Yeah, and then when I fucking came back into the world of living, I looked at the packet and it was fucking 500 milligram, and me and her had done half the packet.
Oh man!
So we done 125 each. Yeah, and I swear to God, I've never felt that fucked in my life, mate. And I've been to every festival going in England back in the day. Yeah, I felt gone. No,
have you right? Yeah, I went there once. It was a business. Anyway, long story. And we went into one of these cafes. You know what it's like out there. And a mate of mine, the guys I was working with, they said, "Oh, do you want to?" They bought a packet of 5. Right? They bring out a menu. Right,
a menu.
And so they're like happily tugging on these bloody joints. And I said, "No, I don't want none of that shit. I'm not into that anymore."
You just went there for a coffee, Jez.
Well, I said, "I'm gonna have a carrot cake," right?
Oh, for fuck's sake, Jez.
So this woman comes out and she said, "Which one would you like?" I said, "I don't know, I'll have that one." And she went, "Yeah." And she brings out a slice like that, slice, Now this is stupid head here, right? So I'm sitting there and I'm eating this thing, and the other boys are smoking their stuff.
I knew it was coming.
How I walked out of there, I'm like walking down this street, and I'm thinking, "What?
I don't feel right.
What happened?" And my mate Tony said to me, he said, "Mate, you had a carrot cake." I went, "Yeah, it's all right." He says, "Hashish."
yeah. Got it, bro.
And I'm like, fuck me, sideways.
Horrible feeling, isn't it, Jez? I don't know how anyone can fucking smoke or eat that shit, mate. No,
I just remember going. We went in this bar, into this bar, right? Right, we went to this bar, and they're okay. They've just been smoking their joint and that, and I'm just staring at the wall. I'm like this, like about 2 hours. I was gone.
Yes, I swear, mate. When I got up out of bed, to set up the watch along, I got up and it's just weird. It's hard to explain there, but I didn't feel like I was here.
No,
it was just like, and it was like, I don't know. It's when your ears pop, sometimes it makes you feel sick, innit? Yeah. It was like that, but on crack. Yeah, and you're just like you're floating. You get, when you get that sickly taste in you. I never threw up, to be fair. Yeah, but when you get that, you're gonna be sick or you're close to being. You get that taste. I had that all fucking day, bro. Yeah, when I got back in bed off of that watch along, I literally got in bed, just laid down, gone. Yeah, I was gone, mate. And then when I woke up, I still felt fucked. Yeah, and then I ordered a pizza and some chicken strips. I had 1 or 2 bites of the chicken strips, and I couldn't eat. I felt full up.
Yeah,
yeah.
I think you would have been better if you did throw up, though.
Probably, yeah.
If you got it out of your system.
You know what, Kenny? He would have felt the same way during the game.
It's funny. Troops' voice message to me, it was while the game was on. He goes, "What are you doing this on match day for?" He goes, "Bro," he goes, you can't be doing that on match day." He goes, "You've fallen asleep for doing too much fucking THC." And he goes, "I fell asleep because of Arteta ball."
Yeah, they said so. We was
fell asleep on his stream.
So yeah, that was in the chat.
He fell asleep on the fucking stream. That's funny, man. That's twice he's done that. He did it on the game the other week.
They kept saying it in the chat, and so I couldn't go look because I was running. And everybody kept saying, "Truth is sleep. Truth is sleep. Truth is sleep."
Seriously, that was one of the worst games I've seen for a long time. Don't let the 4-2 scoreline fool you. Just to say, it
weren't pretty. It weren't pretty, was it? It weren't good.
Watch.
It's been like that all year, y'all. It's been like that all year. This, and I think there are certain people that are starting to kind of talk about it after this weekend. But we've been playing this way all year, and since the season started, it's been like it's gonna be like this tomorrow. When we play tomorrow, PSG tomorrow, they're gonna low block it tomorrow, and they're gonna try to get 1 or 2 points, and then they're gonna try to shut it down and get out of there tomorrow. Yep. So don't be surprised if tomorrow's game is a draw. Don't be surprised because that's what we've been playing all year.
You know what we seem to be doing? We seem to be every game this season. We seem to be grinding out results. We're not playing. We're not playing attractive football at all. We're not blowing teams away. It's just like grinding out, and it's like thinking, "Phew, that was a hard game." It's like, you know what I mean? It's like we've been.
Yeah, we're making it look harder than it should be.
It's definitely. You know what I mean? We're making teams look better than we were. Thank God that Wolves had nothing. Thank God, that Villa were wasteful. And like in terms of like Brighton, bloody hell, Brighton, they missed a trick there. And as for the North London derby, Tottenham are just pathetic in terms of their average. Their average, which let's just say Man United was so bad that they, of course they were going to get the 3 goals. But in terms of like their play against good teams who mean business, Spurs still got a lot to do, mate. They still got a lot.
This
to
is
do.
a good comment though. We have had a tough start. Yeah,
we're
still unbeaten. But that's why I wanted to see us go and slap Leicester, slap Southampton, slap Bournemouth, slap PSG.
Yeah, but you know what we like. You know what we've been like this season. We're basically the equivalent of a boxer who's got a good chin.
Yeah,
grinds out points, wins. That's how we've been playing this season.
Tyson Fury then.
Well, yeah, kind of. Or what I mean. A boxer who basically, say Josh Warrington back in the day when he wasn't before he lost his soul. We're a bit like a Josh Warrington, great chin, do enough to build up the points win, but we don't knock anyone out. That's how
that was Mayweather the last 5 years, just all the way.
Exactly. But at least Mayo have had a bit of panache. We had panache this season.
Yeah,
Facts.
That was the difference. That's the difference in the boring Arsenal in this team. At least the football was good to watch. Now it's like, man, you sitting there trying to stay woke, or either that you about to have a heart attack because the team, it's about to be a draw. I don't know. I told all after the game started, I don't know how much more I can take it is. Well, these last minute winners over and over, That's
get used to them, man. We had to put up with that kind of football up until they went to Dubai.
Yeah. Well, and even after then, it was only 5 or 6 games where we battered everyone. Then we went back to type again.
Time to book the flights.
Yeah, man.
It's the international break. Yippee doo!
Another one next week.
Yeah.
Hey, didn't you enjoy England thrashing the Republic of Ireland?
No.
Yeah, Declan Irish.
Didn't you enjoy Declan English and Jack English scoring for England against the Republic?
I did watch it. Yeah, I did watch that. I did a watch long.
Another international break. Hopefully these boys will pull out, man. Hopefully they're supposed to pull out.
Hopefully.
Pause.
We got another one. We got another one after that as well in November. Yeah, but we're going to redirect to rants. Bless up to everyone locked in, man. Big up Static for pinning the lads' socials, both the channels for Jez and Matty. Kenny's Insta's pinned as well. Big up Gary in the chat as well, bro.
I'm with you. I'm on the channel with Jez, aren't I? I got Jez at 6. I got Dan at 7 on Wednesday. So yeah, I'm a busy man. So
make sure you follow all the lads, people. We're going to redirect to rants. They're having a meltdown. Him and Faz. Faz has been on one as well. I swear some of the stuff he was saying last night. Yeah, he was going in on that goal bitch, Ralph, which is class. Big up to Hendo, bro. Always love, Ralph. I'll be back later for the watch along. Villarreal at home to Las Palmas. That should be a routine victory. Should be some good football. They're flying at the minute, 4th in the league, I think. Jose Perez is on fire. 6 goals already since signing for them this season. So, and Nicolas Pepe might be back. Who knows? Anyway, we get to see Alex Baena play proper football. That's the number 10 we need, bro. That's the one we need. But yeah, listen, Spam Rants' chat with Lee Raid, and we're out. Cronky out. Laters.
Arteta